Good morning, folks. Let's talk about something that I do not normally spend time with on this channel. And what I'm referring to right now is the cup bundle that will be appearing for April Fools. That's right, if you're living under a rock, on April Fools, for one, there will be a one-day bundle where Cup, Coruscant Underworld Police Officer, as if you needed a reminder of what that acronym stood for, is going to have a $5 bundle that'll get him all the way from Gear 1 to Relic 9, which is insane, right? I have my Cup. Where is he? Somewhere. Let's play Spot the Cup. ICUP. Is he still not Relic? I guess I could just look. Oh, there he is. How did I miss that? I don't even have mods on my Cup. He's G12, just like most of my roster. And I'm going to tell you before we start talking about why, that I'm 100%, without a doubt, going to be buying this $5 bundle and bringing him to R9. I don't even have mods on him, and I plan on doing it, right? Just so that you can see it. It's in the data mine. Sig uncovered it yesterday. Right there, the store data mine. It does say... there it is. Cup Lightspeed Bundle, $4.99. It's obviously an April Fool's joke, but it's a tangible April Fool's joke, right? I had said to somebody, to Fat Phil yesterday, it'd be really funny if this was a mean-spirited joke and there was no actual bundle. I don't think CG would do that. But what I am noticing within the community is that there's two subsets of players that are talking about this bundle. On the one hand, most people are saying, yeah, I'll probably get that. But on the other hand, a lot of people are basically just saying that, hey, Cup is a great character to get because there is one platoon. I don't even know which planet it's on. It's one of the R9 planets. I'm not going to spend time looking for it. But basically, your guild does need one Relic 9 Cup in the late game. So if you are in the middle game and you're in the early game, being the hero that buys this means that you have a shit tier platoon that you don't need to put materials on. But what a lot of people are missing is that Cup actually does have some utility outside of just being that shit tier platoon character. Now, the first thing that I'm going to point out is that having extras of a shit tier platoon character is always great. Guild members sometimes go MIA. Guild members sometimes get pulled into a meeting. Guild members are sometimes on vacation, out camping. Their family had an emergency, whatever else. And we end up having to wait a long time to get those shit tiers in because of those situations. Totally understandable situations. So having 2, 3, 5, 10 of those in a guild kind of alleviates that and makes things easier on everybody. However, believe it or not, Cup is actually viable in combat missions. Now, there are 3 cases of that I can personally isolate, and I'm sure that as a community, other players will be able to do the same. So first of all, the Jabba CMs going down the middle line are some of the easiest CMs in the game. They almost never, honestly, I actually don't think there is a single one that I have experienced where you actually need Hut Cartel or his A-team to do these. I have sent Jabba in with random characters on Felucia, on Tatooine, where he can basically auto the entire CM. Kessel's, I haven't tried yet. I imagine with one shit tier guy in there, it shouldn't be too hard. And while I haven't done this personally, I have been told by several people in my guild, several people in other guilds, that the Jabba CM on Vandor, which requires Relic 9, is basically autoable. Autoable is not the right word, is basically completable by Jabba alone and his thermal detonators. Unfortunately, you do need to send in 4 other characters with him. So being able to have one of those characters be a random character that you've purchased for $5 is advantageous to having to build up another character that may not materially benefit from R9. Another example that I thought of is Night Sisters. Now, Night Sisters have been my A-team go-to non-GL, non-requirement team for a very long time for TB. And believe it or not, in basically every middle planet, if you're using them on the middle planets, and I, do on some days, don't on others days, they don't need all 5 characters. I have, in some cases, taken 3 Night Sisters because I've platooned other ones. Typically Old Daka, Zombie, and like Mother Talzin. I throw those 3 in, or you throw those 4 in, and they will almost always still complete the battle without a problem. So again, what that means is with my Night Sisters at Relic 8 right now, and thinking about bringing a team to Relic 9 for something like Vandor, I only have to bring 4 Night Sisters to Relic 9. Well, actually 3 because I already have Merrin. Instead of having to bring that 5th, I can throw Cup into that battle as a 5th. He will not affect the outcome in any way, shape, or form, but it will not prevent the team from being able to do it. And then the third and final one that I know pretty much from my guild and other people talking about it within my own smaller communities, on Ring of Kafrene, if you have the quadmate trio at R9, I am heard it is difficult without these platoons filled, which makes sense. Not so difficult once these platoons are filled, but if you're running that team at R9 for the current raid, you can throw Cup in as a 4th Galactic Republic that meets the qualifications that Quadme needs, and have to relic up only just 1 more R9, and you should be able to run those CMs without too much issue at all. So basically what I'm saying here is that Cup does have utility in teams where you don't necessarily need a strong 5th character, you just need a body and don't want to bring another character to Relic 9. Because if we look at what it takes to bring a character to Relic 9, we're going to pull up who's a Relic 8 right here. I'm not going to do the math on off the top of my head right now, but if I remember correctly, just the material cost here with the Relic 9 and the Relic 8 material, if we convert all of these things to store crystal value, you're looking at over $150 worth of objective store value. Now, obviously, most of us do not buy characters to R9 that way, but just to show you just how much value you're getting for that character. Some minor benefits, obviously, you will be bringing their GP up, which can have a compounding effect in TB. A lot of people, they look at 15,000 galactic power. I don't know what he is at Relic 9. It's probably somewhere around 30,000. That 15,000, if you are doing preload phases, and my guild does do a constant preload from phase 3 to phase 6, does have a compounding effect over all 4 of those phases, where I'm going to get that benefit each time rolled all the way through to my phase 6. One person doubling their GP here on just one character is not a big deal, but if your whole guild is saying, hey, wait a minute, I can make use of this character, that is something to consider as being pretty beneficial if you're at the point of the game where you are doing a compounding preload. I did see a question before we finish up on Reddit yesterday. Someone had asked me, they said, hey, I have Cup at Relic 8 already because I needed to do him from a platoon. Would you still buy this? Going back to that objective value, just to bring a character from R8 to R9, you're looking at over $100 to $150 in store value. I said to this person, if I had Cup at Relic 8, I hands down would still buy this bundle. It is ridiculous. It's funny too. I think it is smart on CG's part to do something kind of silly like this. Will we see something next year? Will we see Ugnaught or Clone Wars Chewie or Egg86 have a similar bundle. I have no idea, but I'm going to tell you that I will be buying it every single time because I see the viability of it overall. So that's it, guys. You have $5, you have $10 that you spend a month on the game. You're wondering if this is going to be valuable to you. I'm telling you, if you're in the late game, hands down, absolutely. If you're in the mid game, you are basically hedging your bet for later and making your own life easier. I highly, highly, highly doubt we will see this bundle again outside of maybe next year for the same reason. Do not miss out on it. It is a 24-hour bundle. You have any questions, hit us up on Discord. You know the drill. Hit me up in the comments. I always answer questions as much as I possibly can. Peace out, guys. Have a great day.